lapses of attention and ignore that which in retrospect seems obvious. The kidney getting twisted might have been unavoidable, but Gunderson's failure to notice and act was not. He was focused for sure, but his inattention to that which was in plain sight, even after it was pointed out to him, was stunning, especially given that he was an accomplished surgeon at a major teaching hospital. Certainly, the light reflected by the blue kidney was picked up by his retina, and no doubt his ears could detect what I had said. Nevertheless, something happened in that crucial moment to prevent that visual and auditory data from being fully transmitted to his conscious awareness. In essence, Gunderson hadn't engaged his whole mind. This event had a powerful impact on me. I realized how easily I could put my patients' lives at risk in a similar way. I was distraught. I lost sleep wondering if I had done something wrong. Perhaps, I thought, if I had spoken up more assertively, Jake wouldn't have suffered as much damage to his kidney. And I felt uncomfortable allowing the family to believe that the surgeon was blameless. I made an appointment to speak with the chief of surgery the next week. I asked if I could talk confidentially. He was a good listener and assured me that I had done the right thing by talking to him and that the mishap was in no way my fault. He was visibly concerned and assured me that he would talk with the surgeon and check in with Jake and his family. We discharged Jake a few days later, in good spirits. I never saw Gunderson again, and unfortunately I could never know what he truly believed. While I was upset that an error had occurred, it wasn't a surprise to me that even the most expert surgeons could be fallible. The most important lessons, though, were that mindless inattention could result in disaster, and that competence is fragile and takes mindful vigilance to maintain. This experience planted the seed of an idea in me, that I'd need not only skill and expertise, but something else to be the doctor I wanted to be. Something no one had spent much time teaching me in medical school. The ability to be self-aware, attentive, and present, especially when the stakes were high. I'd need to be a guardian of my patient's health, and also of my own inner operating system in each moment. Awareness of my own mind might be one of the most important tools I could have in addressing patients' needs. I thought of this event again later that month, while working with Ashwin Mehta, a vascular surgeon at the same hospital. When I arrived at the operating room, Mehta had already made a large incision in Lena Hagapian's abdomen. Mehta was moving quickly, tying and cutting sutures faster than I could count. I couldn't help but notice his focus and intensity, his large hands moving rapidly and decisively, as he got ready to repair a cholesterol-clogged aorta to open up blood flow to the patient's oxygen-starved legs. Soft rock music played in the background as he worked and bantered with the operating room staff. Then suddenly, the bantering stopped. The operating room grew quiet, a silence different from Gunderson's. The time had come to sew a large blood vessel back together, a procedure that required delicacy and precision. But the anastomosis, the connection between the two parts of the blood vessel, was leaking. Unlike Gunderson, Mehta noticed that something was awry before anyone else did. By the time we realized it, Mehta had already shifted seamlessly from autopilot to more deliberately choreographed action. First tango, then ballet, then a few minutes later back to tango, all without missing a beat. No panic, only calm focus, surgical mindfulness in action. His shifting of gears was so smooth that I wondered if he was even aware of it. Only decades later did I understand. A surgeon colleague, Carol Ann Moulton, made the connection for me. She was researching what made surgeons great and had observed dozens of surgeons performing complex operations. She had documented in detail how during difficult moments, masterful surgeons would shift gears. Those who slowed down when they should, when encountering speed bumps, were the true masters. Those who kept going full speed ahead tended to make